Happy witching hour. Hello, it's High Priestess Jamila. I am about to get I'm not doing it yet, but I'm about to do it in just a second. And when I get done gathering up these herbs, I think I might lay back down. I feel like I've been wrestling a bull. I'm not even gonna lie. How y'all doing? How are y'all? How are you, my good people? All my good people out there. How are y'all doing? All right. I'm going to start gathering up these herbs. I am gathering herbs for uh, my Crown of Success candle and oil that I'm going to be making today. And I thought I would come and talk. Unfortunately, we can't talk much on here. We have to speak in code. Okay. Yeah, we do. We have to kind of speak in code, which the enemies, they know how to decode things. Okay, they do. They know how to decode. You know, when I say enemies, the enemy are the folks that got them demons on them. And them bad spirits is the enemy. The enemy is the folks that's hating on you and your success. Uh-huh. Oh, I got all kind of stuff cooked up over here. Boy, they really be thinking they gonna do something, don't they? They really be thinking that and believing that. Oh, goodness. So, oh, wow. I have a lot of stuff to straighten up because I had all of my witch bottles. I'm going to show y'all how y'all can use these witch bottles. As oh, God. We are at war with losers and lowlifes, y'all. We are at war. And those of you that want better and know better, y'all at war with them. They want to stop you from getting anywhere because they low and down and out. That's so sad. But it's their own spirits, you know? I'm just telling y'all the truth. So what I'm doing is I've got a total of, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I think I'm going to end up with a 10th. I'm going to put 10 herbs. One of them I didn't write down in this Crown of Success oil that I'm making. And I got some all kinds of stuff today or yesterday via Amazon. And it's just a lot of y'all really need to learn how to protect yourself, and see the problem is that it's gonna start affecting some of you Generation Z people. And y'all are gonna have to unfortunately fight against the possessed people that are around my age or even a decade younger than me. So a lot of y'all are going to become students. Y'all are. Y'all going to have to learn how to protect yourself. You know, you want a house with a white picket fence. You just want to you you just want to see your kids smile, and just it's not that you are, because when people see you doing good and you living your life and you living a healthy life, you in a healthy environment, you improving your life, you are stepping up, you're progressing in life. They just don't want they don't want to see that. They don't want to see you do that. Okay? They don't. And they after you. And they will play dumb. Okay? And they'll accuse you of going along with the system. And what is the system? The system is what? Creating a great life for yourself on this planet and appreciating life, you know. And you got a lot of people out there that are down and out and in the gutter. They are in the gutter and they will try to rip through your life, and they super duper focused on your house. Why are they focused on your house? Why are they focused on that? Why? Because their demons want to inhabit your house. They want to, and everybody got their own personal demons. I always say that, y'all. Okay, the ones that you find in the Goesha are different. People have their own demons. You ever see people that ain't minding their own business and they just on the rampage and on the attack, and you ain't did nothing to that motherfucker. You ain't did nothing to them. Totally unjustified in what they're doing. Will totally try to derail your life. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You better realize the power that God has given to you. And you better use it. For real. You better use it. Yeah, damn, some of y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Some of y'all over there fighting, I can feel you, I can see you. Some of my brothers and sisters of the craft, you over there fighting them demons. You over there fighting them. You fighting them out your house. You got all your herbs and stuff out. You got you fighting them, and you gonna win as long as you stay on top of things and don't pay attention to things that distract you. And it's not that you have to fight all the time. It's just that you have to find a long-term solution for folks like that. Okay, you do. You have to find a long-term solution. That's why for me, I know that I know that I'm gonna always be in a safe place because I don't have no demons that wants to see somebody homeless and wants to see somebody starving. And my spirits are good as gold. Okay, they good as gold. But some of these folk running around here with these real bad, foul. You can even smell it. You can even smell it. And why they targeting women with children? See, that's one of the reasons why I don't hang around with low lifed people. I don't. I ain't trying to be your friend. And people that are trying to, I'm gonna tell you something. People that are acquainted with people like that, trying to be friends with them, and I see them all the time. I see them on YouTube sometimes. Either they be running around here, they be fussing at everybody, just fussing at everybody, and they don't realize that friendly friend that you got is fucking your shit up, dragging you down. You focused on somebody else, but that friendly friend of yours is fucking you up because they got bad on them. And it's sad because God has already told them, hey, rebuke all of your demons that are hurting you and others around you. And some of those people are hiding behind the government, but Spirit ain't gonna let them do it. Spirit ain't gonna let them do it. Hey, John. Hello. Yeah, Spirit gonna get their asses. I'm telling you. Oop. Sirens. Confirmation. Goodness gracious. Oh wow. And they can't stand us witches, because if you a woman or a man and you got a problem, you come to the witches, and the witches, we understand uh the entity and the demons that you're dealing with and what's wrong with people, and how they how evil they are, how they just can't let go and let God. And so witches are not evil. And now if I was an evil witch running around here, trying to mess everybody up, but I think that witches, we have defenses and offenses that I understand. You know what I'm saying? But I think that at the end of the day, you have to know your enemy, don't you? Because if you don't know your enemy, and a lot of people don't, and a lot of people think that it's got something to do with if you're a black person, you constantly want to say that it's white people. If you're a white person, you get it. Well, you know and that don't have nothing to do with your enemy is the evil eye, it's jealousy, it's envy, it's insanity. That's your enemy. And your enemy is after you, and they don't care who you are. They don't care if you had a brand new baby. They don't care if you're married, if you're single, if you divorced. It doesn't matter. And so when you find yourself in these spiritual battles, it's very important to utilize the elements. And it's real important for you to get in them spiritual baths. I know I ain't did this in a minute. I'm about to take a witching hour bath. I'm going to love that. I'm gonna love that. So I'm gonna gather up a whole bunch of herbs, make me a nice big herb mixture, and I'm gonna get in the bath. I got me some Epsom salt yesterday, cause like I'm helping my clients. My clients is that they good. The stress of it all. And then so if you're trying to, here's what's going on right now. If you are if you are looking for progression, and you're looking to what they call level up, even though I don't like to say that word, but this is what people want. What you are dealing with is, sometimes you are dealing with people that are lower vibratory, but you know that you got to deal with the high too. You got to deal with people that are in positions of power, and they may even have money. Okay. So it's and when you're caught in between there, a lot of people have a tendency to go, oh, this world. That's when you have allowed that energy to cause you to give up. And you can't do that. You have to keep your head clear. You got to stay clear on that. And you have to understand that God is protecting you. And a lot of y'all are thinking, why would God let this type of person be on this earth? Right? Why? Okay. And especially if you ain't did nothing to that person, you ain't wish bad on that person, not really. If you fight, that's why I said drop all of these arguments and stuff, because they're not going to serve you. And so, but But you got somebody coming after you, and you ain't really you ain't done nothing to that person like that, and they're trying to make things harder on you. A lot of you guys are feeling blocked. I got enough candles to make two candles today. I think I'm gonna make a crown of success candle, but I'm gonna also make a unblocking candle, a chakra unblocking candle is what I think I'm gonna make today. So don't quote me on that though. I figure I make it black, yellow, and white, or black and yellow. That's what I think I'm gonna do. But I'd have to gather up the herbs and stuff for that too. So I'm gonna work on this crown of success candle, because I'm gonna start getting this stuff rolled out. It just that some people got them entities and demons on them that they have bad luck and bad juju, and my clients come to me with those energies on them. But the client is not trying to, do what what enemies are doing. The client is looking for help, and you have to take responsibility for that. And the enemies that are on the outside, they got the same things that our clients have on them that we help with. We always overcome that, witches, and it. They got the same stuff as your clients, but the problem is that they're trying to either sacrifice you to those entities, and guess what, you can't sacrifice somebody to that. But they don't know that. They don't realize that. Okay. And those that they end up deceiving them and deceiving themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tell you something, my spirits, boy, they will put a person in the pit of hell. They will. Oh my God. They will. They will. It's a shame when the people need to focus on cleansing, transformation, and transmutation. Because when a person has their own personal demons, it's basically fear. Those are fear-based demons. Those are, entities that they have created on their own, not like Lucifer, Satan, which though Lucifer is considered to be a god of the underworld, Satan as well. But I'm talking about unnamed, unknown demons, not like demons like Clonic or Andromalius or Belial. Okay. Um, I'm talking about unknown entities and demons that these people have, and it exists kind of like a phantasm. It's an energy. And so the reason why those demons got created is because that was probably in that person's heart and soul. When you destroy their demon, you do destroy their power. And they don't know how to exist outside of that. They can't see the silver lining. They can't see the sunshine. They're totally against God. When you're battling a demon, it don't matter if you're a witch. I don't know why they always try to make it seem like witches are just horrible people. All of us are just horrible people. No, we got the right to protect ourselves just like anybody else. Okay? And and so a lot of witches, they just growing herbs, and they got their crystals and stuff, and they not hurting nobody. They just living their life, and they are doing right by God because they're just appreciating life is what they're doing. And I know a lot of you witches that are doing that right now. You're not bothering nobody. And you got people that want to, mess with you or whatever, and it's not just witches, it's ordinary folk, the folk that come to us to get help with these entities and demons. Uh, yeah, people are creating these entities, and these are the people that would rather be a curse to somebody than a blessing. Those people typically are carrying a cross sometimes. They not always good. They think, oh, well, I'm not a witch, so I'm good as gold. And that's not the truth. That's not the truth. And that's why a lot of people got to learn the lesson of stop trying to dictate or interfere with somebody's relationship with God, because you don't know that person's relationship with God. And I've told people God is using the witches for a purpose, always has. So you just can't say, well, you're a bad person because you're a witch. So it ain't always a label, or and people that are calling out witches are not always good people. Those people will try to fuck up a witch's life, and they'll try to fuck up yours. They just want to fuck people up. They just want to fuck up your life, fuck up your chakras, make you stressed out, make you fucking angry, make you fucking sick. That these people that they I don't want to say they lawless. I don't want to say they lawless, but they lost. They lost. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot allow that. You can't get confused about it. You can't get confused about it. It's the truth that I'm telling you. You know. So and they can't refute it, and they are gonna learn lessons. They are. It don't matter if it's a man or if it's a woman. It does not matter. You know. Is it? Because it's all about nature, and Mother Nature too. So my Crown is Success oil. I'm gonna go over that with y'all in case you want to make it yourself. But you can't use a Crown of Success oil to try to fuck somebody's life up. You want to use it for the good things. You can use it to overcome your enemies. You can be for you to be successful in overcoming people that are trying to take from you. Because if you in your 30s I don't care what age you are, even if you in your 20s and you got a little apartment and you got somebody, some evil person or whatever, and they trying to uproot you and do all that stuff and have you scattered and moving around and running from pillar to post, you don't have to put up with that crap, because the more and the more that they do can cause more and more setbacks in your life, and you don't want no setbacks. Okay. Nobody, I don't care what age you are, but especially if you in your 30s and 40s and 50s, you trying to move up. You know what I'm saying? Like George and Wheezy. You not trying to get set back and have to start over. And a new beginning does not always mean starting over, like completely. Like you gotta, I'm just gonna go and nah. Nah, new beginning says, okay, this is the new beginning. This is the silver lining. I'm manifesting the things that I need to pay my debt, especially if you filed a bankruptcy protection in the past 3 years. And I know some of y'all have. You can't file that bankruptcy protection for another couple of years. So, what you gonna do? You realizing that it's a spiritual thing. You realizing that. You realizing that the people that are wishing bad on you, and why are they doing it? They don't have no control over themselves is the problem. You have to stay in control of your life. You're not, see, they're trying to control you. You just have to stay in control of your situation. And it ain't a damn thing wrong with that. You are entitled to stay in control of your situation. Okay? You are entitled to that. Oh man, you know what? Do I have any more of that clove powder left? I think I do. What is this? The hell? Oh, that's activated charcoal. You have the right to do that. And what's somebody gonna do? Argue with you? And people got to stay in control of themselves. That's somebody that's uncontrollable. They get to releasing them demons out on you and stuff, and entities, and you got to you got to go to work. Okay, there's the bay. Oh, so the 10th herb, my crown of success, has ashwagandha in it, y'all. Uh-huh. It got ashwagandha in it. That's the 10th ingredient that I was putting in it. So, a lot of y'all don't, y'all not falling for the okie doke, are you? you know, you trying to make your money, they got you blocked. Okay. You feel blocked up, you feel crossed up. You can smell it in the air. You can smell it. You can smell that. I know that I'm found my chamomile. I got so it's got poppy seeds, cinnamon, citronella, chamomile, cloves, spearmint. It can be spearmint or peppermint, some kind of mint, laurel, bay, lavender, and oregano is what I'm putting in my crown of success oil. Okay. So, and it just is what it is. Kind of make me want to put some of this wild lettuce leaf in it, but I'm gonna use this when I meditate. So to all my clients, oh, your girl working throughout the witching hour, and I got you. I got a bunch of stuff yesterday from I would what would be not. I don't. You know what? I think I am gonna record a day in the life of a witch soon as I'm done talking here. Especially a lot of you women, but I do help men too. A lot of you, but men got to realize that y'all not y'all. What y'all thought y'all was immune? What y'all thought that it was just an attack on the woman? Mm-mm. They don't discriminate. It's just any and everybody, and especially a lot of y'all because I support you. I support you if you got your businesses going and you doing good. I'm proud of you if you doing that, especially when you offering this world something good. And people like you and people want to work with you, and then you got the adversary that is and they trying to blame it on a separate entity, talking about it's the devil. No, that's you the devil, you the devil. Okay, because you trying to sit up here and derail people. I want my clients to know that I got you, and it's very difficult because they always listening. They always listen to us, you know. And because they think if they watch us, well, you can watch and listen to me all day and night, it ain't gonna make no difference. I am an expert in spiritual warfare. That's what I was born for. Probably when I leave this earth, I'm going to be known as the goddess of love and beauty and fertility and prosperity and abundance and war. Okay? That's what I'm going to be known as. Okay? So it is what it is, and I don't care because a lot of y'all be like, ooh, but he talking so slick. Slick talk don't have nothing to do with it. I ain't talking slick. I'm letting y'all know what I know. Okay. And I gotta get me some more sulfur too. But that's okay though, because I made some hot foot powder and I got plenty of sulfur in that hot foot powder. So uh-huh. I don't understand it. Okay. Okay. So there's the oregano. So I got that. So the last thing that I need is I just need the mint is what I'm looking for. That spearmint. or peppermint is what I'm looking for. And that's some crazy stuff. You ever you ever see a woman and she out here trying to, a lot of you women out here, you trying to make it with your children. You ain't bothering nobody. You living your life. You living your best life. And then here come this demonic person, this evil doer, this evil foul doer, right? Here come this evil person trying to do harm to you and your children. And a lot of y'all either working every day. It don't matter whether or not you're working or you're running your own business. However it is that you have created the security and the stability for yourself. And you got folk out there that are trying to destroy that. They have to deal with that. I'm just telling y'all. And it don't matter. It usually happens at the last minute. It does. It's been happening at the something left in here. I'll give me some more. I think I'm gonna get me some copal resin. Okay. Yeah. And it don't matter if it's a group. 10 demons is it ain't no different from one demon. Yeah, they hate my ass because I be helping people. Cause a lot of these women, they're like, what is somebody doing to you? Ain't nobody doing nothing to you. And to ask yourself the last time somebody was trying to bring you down, they just randomly popped up. Just popped up and popped off. You're like, well, what the hell? I ain't done nothing to this motherfucker bothering me. And they just popping off, out of control, out of control. Oh, I'm gonna mess you up. And not when you under my watch. Shit. My spirits is always looking and laying in wait. And my spirits don't play that, especially when it comes to you women and children. But even if you don't have children, even if you don't have children, so it ain't that women with children get special privileges. It ain't that. It ain't that. But it's just that, if you have a child, that means that you have, um, being a child, being a parent, whether or not you're a single parent or a married parent, that it makes it means that you don't have just yourself to look out for. Now you got this child, and what you gonna do? You gonna let this person destroy your life? You can't let that person destroy your life, and you definitely don't. Yeah, you don't do that. Okay, you don't do that. You don't let people do that to you. I don't care how clever or slick they talk. Y'all gonna be all right. I'm here to give you the assurance and the security that you need to hear that you're gonna be all right, especially if you under my watch. Okay. All right, that's the last thing I need to find is that peppermint, and I think it's downstairs. And they just running around here, jealous, upset, out of control, possessed by their own evil, trying to blame it on the devil. The devil ain't got nothing to do with what they doing. They just evil and petty. They running around here attacking you unprovoked. You ain't really provoked those people to attack you. And you are considered to be the innocent party. And then, I mean, of course it'll all go away when they walk away. But the problem is that then they ain't gonna have nothing to feed them demons to. Feed to them demons that they got. And they got to start over, not you. Why should you have to start over? They the ones need a reset. A lot, especially those of you that came and got cleanses. Oh, there is nothing more sacred than a cleanse. Because when you get a cleanse, what you are saying And even sometimes it may be things that could have just been attached to you that wasn't your fault. But when you get a cleanse, basically what you're saying is, I am purging myself of this negativity. So I don't want it to hold me back no more. I don't, I'm trying to be a blessing to this earth. I'm not trying to be a curse on this earth. But the people that are doing the wrong to you, they don't see no error to their ways. They really don't. So a lot of you guys that have purchased homes and stuff, you got people that are after you, that's trying to make you lose your home, which is, ain't that so random? And you like, well, damn, why you trying to make me? What? That's so random. Why you trying to make me lose my home? And it ain't funny at the time. Once you get off of that frequency with them that they've drug you down to, and you see that everything's gonna be all right, then you gotta take some time to heal yourself, because you've been stressed out and stuff, and you'll heal. Okay, you will heal. All right. I think it's pretty safe to say that, first of all, I need to organize this little storage bin that I got right here, but my peppermint is downstairs. So I got everything gathered. I'm about to get this popping. I'm getting ready to roll out the fall equinox. And fall equinox, I'm opening up that circle right now. But a lot of y'all that have these complicated spiritual wars, the fall equinox it's a supplement, and basically what it does is it says to your, it basically says thank you in advance, or you either want to thank your spirits in advance, or you want to thank them after they done move mountains for you. Okay, your ancestors and your spirits. And so we are gearing up for the fall equinox, which, if you don't know, now you know how important those equinoxes are. uh it's certain changes that are happening on the earth. Hey, Latoya, hello, how are you? I ain't seen you in here in a minute. Okay, so we got, yep, that's pretty much everything. And I gotta light up I gotta get a, cause boy, and oh, and I got some alum. I don't know if I'm gonna record a video for y'all. I think that'll probably be the easiest thing to do. Hello, happy witching hour, Shamika. How are you, my sister? Um, I don't know if I'm gonna record a day in the life, because I got some interesting stuff, and just put a haul in between there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that, but I gotta go down here and find this peppermint. I'm sure. No, I don't want blue violet. I want peppermint. I don't want golden seal or chaster berries. I don't need none of that. I ain't gonna add a bunch of extra stuff in it. Uh-uh. Boy. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna record that for y'all. But right now I'm dealing with a lot of spiritual warfare, not just for me, but for my clients as well. And I can assure you, oh my God, I've been through it. I've been through it. I got a lot of practice. And we have the spirit has taken us through like a little test run. And now we know how to apply that knowledge to deal with, evil, to deal with that evil. And a lot of these people, they gonna beg God for mercy. Did this brand new lighter? No, this lighter still got a lot of fluid in it. The hell. A lot of them are gonna beg for mercy because they shouldn't have done that. This is so weird. All of a sudden, I got a brand new lighter. It's got like a cat and some flowers on it. And for some reason, there we go. There we go. It must have had something because I know it was filled with fluid. What I'm about to do with the peppermint? Oh, I'm making a crown of success oil. So I'm about to do a herb mixture right now. I'm gonna get that done, and I think I'm gonna end up doing because my time got switched a little bit. We actually early because I'm sure that I have that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go live here soon and just show you guys the candle creation. Yeah, I'm gonna the so you don't have to stay up and watch that. Y'all get some rest. It's just that I'm up during these hours because I slept for several hours today because everything has been kind of wonky because we've been having to do certain things. Like I hate when this happens though because it's like I have to be up during the witching hour, but then again I also have to be up during the day because I'm taking care of day business too. So that oh my god, that just and then I'm also getting the bath too. I think I'm gonna take my bath before I do my live. So I'm gonna be doing that live early in the morning, which means I'm gonna be doing it early because I was gonna do it in the afternoon. Thank you, John Lane. I just had to. Well, that's good confirmation that you're saying that. I appreciate that because I had to do some heart chakra work. Yeah, as it was so much hate and evil that my heart and my root chakra had some stuff. And sometimes, because I do chakra readings, and I can tell when you got stuff on your chakras and stuff, I can tell. And yeah, I do use the cards, but sometimes when it's really bad, if you got something on your crown chakra, um, I can sense it and feel it whenever I'm doing your readings and stuff. And that's pretty bad when you have crown chakra blockages. That's not good at all because your crown chakra connects you to. I feel like this is how I see it. The crown chakra connects you to everything above all of the celestial ancestors and the wonder and the miracles, and then your root chakra connects you to more so. I don't want to say lower, but these are your base. This is the foundation. You know. And last night, before I had went to sleep, I had somebody that had prayed over me and everything, and that was nice because even as a witch, I don't have no problem with praying to Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? That there's I, I do you have to be a Christian witch to pray to Jesus Christ? No, you don't. So I accepted that prayer because it's so bad out here. We need all the help we can get because it's a lot of evil out there, and they just, oh my god, they edit nonstop. I sit there and look at these people. I said, why don't you stop? What is wrong with you? And is there not a difference between somebody that's, why would your success bother somebody so bad? Why? What kind? It is, you know, and they obsessed with it, and they need to be destroyed. I'm gonna tell you why they need to be destroyed. Because if they're not destroyed, they're gonna destroy you. They just got an obsession with doing harm to you. They won't let it go, even if they could have every, you know, they could have what they need, but they just want to come after you. They just want to do harm to you. And it's like, why don't you just leave people alone? Why don't you just stop? Why can't you stop? They can't stop. They can't stop me. You just minding your own business. You know, and I think it was like a year or two ago, we was still doing these nice little bindings on them. They got to burn, because that's a lot of evil they got on them. That's a lot of evil. They need change, and it ain't that they got to die. You don't have to die. Just, what are you doing that for? Why are you doing that? You know, what made you think that you had the right to do that? And I've actually had people accuse me of stuff, and I don't, like, no. I think that spirit will protect you from people doing harm to you, especially because your spirit is your will, right? Those are your spirits, and your spirits are saying, we gonna get you through this. Yeah. Well, it ain't been lost. It's just that these people, they can't find it. They can't advance in life. They're stuck. And when they see other people that have accomplishments and that have something, they want to destroy that for you. They want, especially women. Women are usually their targets, but men too. I've seen the way that they, you know, if you're a man and you accomplish something, you know, they're trying to do harm to you. I've seen it. So they don't discriminate, and they will try to put it all off on the woman. But you know, women, what we usually focus on, I'm a witch. I'm a much more complicated woman, you know, because I chose the spiritual path and I chose to do it for a living. Um, I didn't choose it; it chose me. It is what it is. I can't say whether or not it was a choice or not. It was inevitable. But you know, women, what we're usually focused on is keeping a warm, clean house. Okay. Uh, and you just want to make sure that your offspring is safe, and you want to have you know, nutritious meals for your family. You know, you want to keep your family safe. You want to keep the people, whether or not you have children, or if you have sisters or brothers, or whatever it is, who, you know, or just yourself, or animals. There's people that have animals, you know, and those are their children. And you just trying to live your life, and then here come this person snarling and foaming at the mouth. What the hell is wrong with you? Yeah, are you responsible for those people? No, those people are responsible for themselves. Whether or not you took responsibility for yourself, or you had somebody helping you, it doesn't matter. The point is that you manifested that. The point is that you're good, okay? And yeah, they snarling. They just, you know, they don't want you to have nothing. And you know, I ain't never been the jealous type. I have never, and that's what we dealing with. And I was talking about that last night. I was talking about how people can be very unreasonable, and how, oh man, you be, I mm, I can't talk about it right now. How, you know, just sinister people can be, you know. But yeah, especially, yeah, y'all gonna be okay. That's all I gotta say. Especially if you said, hey, I'm just trying to make it. Listen, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I ain't hurt nobody. And spirit sees that, God knows that, even though these people will lie to God. Now I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen these people lie to God, and God will say that, well, no, that didn't happen. And what do you do? So I'm a in a oh goodness, it's a mess. It is. It's a pure mess. Now, did y'all know that you can make Florida water out of vinegar? You can make Florida water out of vinegar. I didn't know that. So that video that I put up with we call it money vinegar, but it's got chives, bay leaves, and rosemary in it. Um, I mean, I guess if you add some lemons to it and some limes, and so I've got it down there steeping, and a lot of the chives have lost their color, but I'm gonna pour it in a mason jar and see what color it is. I bet you it's green. It done turned that vinegar green. And so it's like a variation. It's like Florida water, but it just, you can put alcohol in it to keep it fresh. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. And so you can use it, you can sprinkle it around your home. You can use it as a floor wash. You can sprinkle a little bit of it in your bath, and it acts the same way as Florida water. So in the morning, cause I got one of them big gallons of vinegar from the grocery store. I'm gonna get another gallon of vinegar in the morning, and I'm gonna make a big batch of it. Uh, but yeah, it does the same exact thing as Florida water. And I think I am gonna add like some lemons, because I got some lemons and limes down there. And it can, because a lot of people, people, the evil people will make you feel like God has abandoned you, but God has not abandoned you. You just let those people convince you of that. Don't ever let evil convince you that God has abandoned you, because God ain't gonna abandon you. Okay, his or her, because some people consider God to be a woman, and that's okay too. The energy of God's force is with you all the time. It is. But you can't forget about that and get distracted and get down on yourself. And it'll be greater later. It'll get better. It'll get better. Because I'm tell y'all something. What's today, Thursday? Mm-hmm. Today, Thursday, God is gonna thrash those people. That's what's gonna happen today. Today is gonna be a good thrashing. And they already been thrashed enough, but the problem is that they have to deal with their own demons. If you don't, I know a lot of y'all that manifest, and y'all just manifest, and you've manifested all of these things, and then you have somebody come along and they like, I just want to ruin that for you. I just want to. And sometimes if you go through that, they will make you forget who you are. Mm-hmm. It's just that some people, oh goodness, I'm yawning. It's almost 3 o'clock. I'm gonna give me some coffee because I slept. I slept for about several hours, so I'm gonna be up during the witching hour. I don't like these kind of hours, y'all. I don't like them, but it's necessary right now for some reason. So I just go with the flow, and I don't have to be up in the morning. I don't. I run a business, a spiritual business. Anybody that runs a spiritual business where you're dealing with some of the stuff that we're dealing with, they'll tell you. And it's not insomnia, it's just that, like for example, um, I'll be doing all of this stuff, and then probably I think I'm gonna throw in a nap, but then I gotta get up in the morning and I gotta take care of business during the day. So it's almost like you up during the witching hour and you got to be up in the morning too. Now, I would prefer my hours to be 3 a.m. Like if I woke up exactly at 3 in the morning, that would be lovely. But I woke up at like 1 something today. Yeah, I woke up at like 1 something. So, you know, and my sleep is getting ready to get switched back around. But I'm gonna get this stuff done once I get it rolling and stuff. Yeah, because these folk is tripping, and y'all can't afford to lose no more money. Mm-mm. Spirit getting ready to spirit getting ready to do all kind of stuff. Hmm. So it's just that if you do, I feel that prayer works. I think in some cases because, like I said, I had that lady pray over me last night, and I know I know it was powerful. But as far as my business is separate from what we were praying about, so y'all have got to get the proper help for that. And you know what I tell people that say that they don't have the money to get work done. You know what I tell them? I say do the bare minimum, do what you can, but pray. Pray to God or Jesus, Saint Michael, Saint Raphael. Go to the saints. They will help you. Okay. The thing of it is that um if you need money, that's why I said I want to start focusing on teaching primarily. And you earning money does not hurt anybody else. That's the one thing is guilt that people have. You're not hurting anybody. Though if you are hurting somebody by earning your money, it's because those people are pocket watching. They watching your money when they should be watching their own money. Cause your money ain't got nothing to do with their money. Why they trying to blend themselves in with you? That make sense? That don't even make no sense. And you do have your thieves out there. You do. These are people that would rather try to steal from you than get their own. And I understand that. I understand what those people are tripping off of just because, I've not in this life, but I've lived that life before in a previous life. So I understand, what would make somebody lose their way because they lost, right? They're lost. But you have defenses to that. You have help for that, because I ain't never seen nothing like it before in my life. People out there, they want you to pay their debts. Now, why would I have to be responsible for your debt, ma'am or sir? That all of us are responsible for our debts. When in reality, why? And you know what? Here's the thing about it. I dealt with two people over the past couple of weeks. Y'all don't know these people. They ain't never been on YouTube. I dealt with two people that have debt, and they black, right? Now, I'm about to teach y'all something right now. Now, these people obviously got debts that they need to pay, right? Go file bankruptcy. These people need to just go file bankruptcy. No, instead they gonna steal from me, and I'm gonna pay your debt. I don't fucking think so. I ain't paying your debt. Why should I have to pay your debt? And so a lot of people are down on bankruptcy because they have certain goals or whatever that they have in mind. And the only thing that bankruptcy will do is it will stop you from buying a house for a couple of years. You can buy a house by law. You have to wait. I think it's what it's 24 months before you can get a mortgage after you file bankruptcy, and you can still get approved for a mortgage. No, instead of you going and filing bankruptcy, you're going to try to steal from me. This is the mentality of people these days. The money system is set up like that. And see, that's why I was saying I was trying to educate my own people about that. You can file bankruptcy protection every 7 years. Why don't you do that? No, you're going to try to steal from me so that you ain't got to go and file bankruptcy. That ain't the way it works. They're going to have to file bankruptcy. And then what bankruptcy does is it just, you don't have no more debt. It wipes your debt out. Now, why would you choose to not do that? But you're going to go and create more debt for yourself? Because you try to steal from me, you're going to have lifetimes of debt. Don't try to steal from people. Not just me. Not just me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, John, sometimes I feel like I work 24 hours a day. So I know that my spirits they got some kind of utopia or paradise plan for me because and people will, and I'm like, well, and they looking at me to pay their debt. They got about $10,000 worth of debt. All they got to do is go and file bankruptcy. They don't want to do it because they too prideful. They too prideful. And what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If I ever needed to file bankruptcy, I did it. It was responsible. I wasn't trying to steal from nobody else. That was the responsible thing to do. Was file bankruptcy protection. Okay, ain't nothing more humble than filing bankruptcy. Oh, this one got overwhelming, and a lot of time bankruptcy will help you a lot. It will. It'll help you a lot, especially when you're dealing with these multi-billion-dollar companies and stuff. You know, they already their companies have insurance on all of that stuff. So for example, let's say you done rented a washer and dryer or something, or you done or whatever it is, those companies have insurance for that debt. So you're not doing them a disservice, but you're out there trying to steal from somebody else, and that's not right. So, it's nothing wrong with filing bank. I've had a lot of people come to me and they'll say, Jamila, I want to, I got so much debt that I want to commit suicide. And I said, well, what kind of debt you got? And they tell me about their finance. I said, well, have you thought about filing bankruptcy, baby? Ooh, bankruptcy, bad. That's bad. What? But committing suicide, that's good. Because you commit suicide, and I can guarantee you that and they like, and they'll be like, you know what, you're right, Jamila. I am gonna go get you a bankruptcy attorney. You can start a bankruptcy for what, about $100, and those companies that you owe, guess what? They got protection. When you call them, you say, hey, I filed a bankruptcy, and so that clears his debt, clear the debt. Even if it's your light and your gas company that you owe money to, and you file that bankruptcy, it clears that debt. People don't think. You just, and then it gives you a clean slate, and then that way you ain't got to and now that's the responsible thing to do. No, these people decide I'm gonna go out there and scheme and scam. What? You need to go sit down and have several seats and think. But the people that come to me to get readings, they not thinking that way. I'm talking about people out there. But yeah, that lady that I said, honey, I said, just file bankruptcy. I said, you already in your house. You in your house, you got your car, you got a job. File that bankruptcy, and it'll lift all that weight off of your shoulders. Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I don't understand people's the way that they think. Because obviously that's the first thing that you should do. If you are bombarded with debt, you made a mistake. A lot of people usually file bankruptcy when they got what about, they may have credit card debt, or they may be behind on a mortgage, or they may have other debts or whatever, loans or whatever. Go and file bankruptcy and pick yourself up and keep it moving. That's positive. Going out there screaming and hollering, yelling, cussing people out, baby, you ain't thinking. You ain't thinking, and you don't know anything about the system of money. Listen, Donald Trump has probably filed bankruptcy a couple of times, and this man is rich. So if Donald Trump can file bankruptcy, the every average everyday Joe can do that. I'm sorry. And so I'm saying, we talking about a real estate tycoon. He's filed bankruptcy before, and you got folk out there, they oh no, that's not good. And I think that a lot of in particular in the black community, I think a lot of them are confused about that. And they'll say, well, I don't understand. I tried to make so and so, and I tried to exact revenge on so and so, and that didn't happen. It's probably because they were smart enough to file bankruptcy, and now they're trying to pick themselves up. And that's what you need to do. Okay. And a lot of people are filing bankruptcy, especially during the COVID pandemic. Okay, get with the program. That's just the way that it is. That's how money works. Your eyes is bigger than your pockets, or either you may have had some bad luck or something. And you bankruptcy don't mean that you flat broke and that you got dust and pennies in your pocket. If you got dust and pennies in your pocket, you just ain't went nowhere yet. But if you have obtained something that you want to keep or you want to protect, that's what bankruptcy is for. And they just don't understand the way that money works. That's the way that money works. There's been plenty of successful people that are still a success to this day, and they had to file bankruptcy. So it just is what it is. And if you have like a mortgage or something, or either car payment, I think you have to do Chapter 13. But you can. I'm not an attorney, so I don't know all of the laws of it. I just know that sometimes when you need a fresh start financially, it's a good way of doing it. That way you ain't got to worry about that. You can clear your head and get back on your grind and get to work. And I don't understand the ignorance surrounding that. It's a lot of ignorance surrounding that. Okay, it is. So, but y'all gonna be all right though. The and people are waging war. Hell, look how many times 45 found. Who's 45? I ain't never heard of 45. I had to file bankruptcy. Was that in 2008? And I didn't even really have much debt. I did it for little bitty stuff back in 2000. I think it's like 2008. It was years ago. I filed twice. I ain't ashamed to admit it. That they tried to shame me because of it. I said, well, I did that because I'm smart. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, Trump. Okay. I'm telling you, and you know what he did? He filed bankruptcy, he cleared his debt, he went out and invested more and got more. But now he going through a bunch of changes over this the whole presidency and everything. And a lot of people are very, very supportive of Trump. Because he kind of just because of his representation where he came from, and a lot of people knew Trump. Anyway, I'm not going to be divulging any politics type of things. I don't discuss politics publicly. That's my personal business. I'm not saying who I support and who I don't support. That's because You can get killed over stuff like that these days. People are just so confused. But you know, I support intelligence and you know, and thinking straight. Like, are you thinking? You know, it makes no sense. There's people out there that, you know, but these people, some of these people that y'all dealing with ain't never had nothing. And don't underestimate them. Quit underestimating them people. They ain't never accomplished nothing. They ain't did nothing yet. And they probably never will. Okay? But they looking at you and what you got, and they want to sully it and spoil it. They want to mess you up because you have accomplished something that they never will, and that bothers them. Whether or not you renting, buying, whatever it is that you're doing, you're trying to build on that. You know, 9 times out of 10, if you're renting, you have goals of buying a house. They want to stop that because they ain't even renting nothing. You know, they can't go and get a leasehold estate. They can't go and get that. It's not that they can't, they just refuse. So don't underestimate them either. But then again, you got to also look at the people or the corporations and stuff. These corporations are either people with these small companies, um, you know, them trying to steal from you. You have to look at that too. Okay. And find you a happy medium when it comes to that. You know, just kind of be like, okay, I'm, you know, at the A. That's what else can you do? Because I talked to a really, really nice lady yesterday, and she, you know, she was just like, you know, I know this is going to work out for you or whatever, because, you know, I got some stuff going on I ain't going to discuss openly, but, you know, it just, it's really sad. And I think that us sensible people, we have to stick together. We do. But more than likely, if you have more than likely the problem lies within the people that have never accomplished anything, even though there are some corporations and companies and things that, you know, they kind of did take advantage of people, you know, but you got, you know, it's people out there that have never accomplished anything, and they feel very overwhelmed by the system of money, and they look at it as unfair because they haven't found their north. They haven't figured out what to do to sustain their lives. And you have to watch out for those people. Okay. And so I've been an advocate not only for myself, but, you know, for people that have been dealing with that. Then a lot of y'all that have jobs, you got people on these jobs. You know, you can look at people, you know, you're in a position, a higher position than people at these jobs, and you have to look to the people that some of those people that they consider themselves being a lower position. It's not about being in a lower position. It just is what it is, but they feel low and they're upset and they see what you have. You may roll up to the job in a brand new uh Volkswagen 2024 Volkswagen, or even a BMW, and they rolling up and they mad, you know, which instead of them getting mad at you, they need to figure out how to manifest, you know. So yeah, you got to look out for them people. And it's not that you're trying to hurt anybody. You just, you know, you done worked hard, and gosh, I know I have. I've worked hard my whole life. I've been working since I was 16 years old. And I've had people try to rewrite my history. No, you ain't been working since you was 16. You've been on welfare. How the fuck was I on welfare at 16 years old? I didn't even have no children till I was in my mid 20s. So it would be impossible. And my parents definitely wasn't on the welfare. Now I can't help that. I can't help that. My mama was a very hard worker. My grandmother was. So that's not. I don't have I don't. Now a lot of y'all, those generational curses can be created because of your baby daddy. He may have had some issues with supporting your kids, but just because a man can't support his children, I tell women all the time, empower yourself. You can do this. You got this. Okay? You empower yourself, and if your man got those generational demons on him, you have the right to purge yourself of that and protect yourself and your children. That is the reason why, you know people are not desirable. If you're not striving for it, at least trying. But there's some people, they're not even trying. Those people are dead weight. They have no thought process about it. And they just want to destroy. They're just destructive. Destruction is very easy. What can be hard is building, whether or not you're by yourself or with somebody else. And a lot of us can build by ourselves. It comes second nature to us, and people looking at you and they like, oh, I'm mad at you. And well, why are you doing this to me? Do you know what I've went through to get where I'm at? And I'm trying to get further, and I just want to see and live and have beautiful things and nice furnishings. And I want a house that doesn't have mold in it. And I just, wow. So I can't. So because you mad, I can't breathe fresh air and bathe in fresh water. It's enough to give you a headache. It is. But a lot of y'all that have overcame that, because some of y'all literally have overcame generational poverty. That was this generation. Like your mother may have been. My mother, my mother has never been on welfare. And I'm not saying that I'm better than you. I'm not saying that. But you know what I had to go through, and it wasn't that big of a deal because I had my aunt. My aunt was a nurse. She's a retired nurse. She raised me until my mother was able to take care of me, because my mother had me at 18. You know what I'm saying? And that was my mother was 18 and unmarried when she had me. And back in the 70s, that was still it's still stigmatized. So my mother had my aunt raise me, my auntie, till I was 5 years old. And and I'm not saying that it was perfect, but it's still, my mother gave me a lot of wisdom and power, just seeing her do what she was doing. Then my mother was a business owner also. She owned the Scheherazade Dance Company, was the name of her company. And so, but some of y'all that are out there, and you came from that environment, that struggle and that energy is there, and you can overcome it. Going out there thinking that you can harm other people, that's not the way to do it. You got to put the pedal to the metal. First of all, it's spirit. You can either choose to accept that poverty spirit or reject it. You either gonna do or die, one or the other. And that doesn't mean that I hate that I said it that way because I just, but I mean, you, and you don't have to do some of the disgusting things that people are telling you that you have to do. Yeah, she did, Latoya. She did. Yes, ma'am. Sometimes I sit, my mother has a YouTube channel. Sometimes I sit and watch her. She got all her dance videos up on her YouTube channel. I was kind of nervous about sharing it because I didn't know how much these people hated my mother. I didn't want her channel to get false flags. So that's the only reason why I haven't shared my mother's YouTube channel of her dancing and everything. She does have a YouTube channel. And see, she's not here. I don't have her login information. And I guess I could memorialize her channel and take control over it. You know what I'm saying? And contact YouTube and ask them to give me access to it. But that, but the I can go to her channel and watch her, whenever I need to. So, you know. hmm I do, Latoya. Sometimes I'm gonna tell you something. that I do dance for the gods. Sometimes. I love it when I get in the spirit to dance because it's a victorious energy. It's a very positive energy to dance, and it's good exercise, and it increases your endorphins and stuff like that. It's very good. My mother, I believe, John, that she had a connection with. She did a. I would watch her do a lot of Egyptian dance. So my mother reminds me a lot of. Um, it would change sometimes. Sometimes I would see my mother dress up in her costumes, and she would remind me of Sekhmet. But then sometimes I would be looking at Isis. So she did many forms of dance, especially when she did her veil dancing. To me, it was Isis. Whenever she would have that veil, and it was beautiful. But yeah, so I believe that she practiced her magic through her dance. Yes, I do. Yeah. So, and she's still doing it. She came to me in a dream, and I was like, "Whoa." I was like, "Mom, wow." Yeah. So, poverty was not like a bloodline curse for me, but it is for a lot of people. And, overcoming that, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's very, very, very possible. It's not just a possibility, but I think that it's all about what you set your intent to do. So, yeah, I'll link her channel. I just don't want none of these trolls falsely flagging my mother's channel because I would be very, very sad. Her book is still available for purchase on Amazon. She actually has a audio book. She wrote 3 books. The Vampire Saga. Um so yeah, she's an amazing lady. And I was very sad when she passed away. I was really, really sad. A lot of people don't know what I went through. I wasn't suicidal or anything like that, but it was just like, where am I? When you lose your mother or even your father, either parent, it's just like you feel like you in the twilight zone. It don't feel right. Because I felt like she was gone too soon, but I think that was my own kind of like mother trip that I was on, because when I do see her, she's with my grandmother, she's with my grandfather, she's with my uncle, she's with my auntie. And, she's feeling good. You know what I'm saying? So, she's in a better place. That's literally how I look at it. And I know she's in a better place because when she came to me in that dream, she was on stage and she had a costume on that I had never seen before. I found peace with that because I didn't even realize, and I was in denial because of it, but I was not at peace with that for years. For years, I felt lost because I felt like I didn't have the chance to talk to her. But um, you can do a séance. Seances are good. Seances are amazing, but a lot of people feel some type of way about it. Why? You light either. I usually light a black candle when I do a séance, but you can use a white candle for that séance, and you can still communicate with your loved ones that have departed. And that brings me peace. And then also you can commune with your ancestors. That's the whole point of us lighting candles and stuff. And it's because I think that's one of the most painful things in this world, is losing somebody that you love. And then you got people out there saying, oh, that's evil to communicate with somebody that you love. If they're dead, they're just dead, and you can't communicate with the dead. Mm. And that's totally not true. Because we don't really know the mysteries behind death. We don't know if you know what? I'm going to say something. And I feel like I was there when my mother passed away, and there was something that made her want to go to the other side. I'm not saying that about all people that die, because some people, but it just, we don't know what they see. They could see something before we don't know that because we're still alive. We're still here. Yeah, the people that do the mediumship readings and stuff, they are amazing. You bring people a lot of peace because that's very painful when you truly love somebody and now they're gone. That I couldn't, I wasn't ready. I don't think anybody is ever actually ready to lose a parent or a child. That's horrible. And I went through that too because I had it was an early miscarriage. The child passed away at about what 10 weeks, 10 or 12 weeks. It was a 10 week um and that tore me up inside completely. I was a mess. I was a mess when that happened. So it's hard. And then it's private. If you're having a hard time dealing with somebody that you've lost, you know that's why we are here, to connect with those spirits for you. And it's a private thing. You don't have to go and tell people. It's a secret. You can come to us and we can help you, because that's hard. My husband's uncle passed away. His fiance said he was crying for his mom. Yeah, it's a hard thing. It is. I couldn't deal with my mother's funeral because so many people were in pain. It was very painful. It was very painful. And it's because my mother was so loved by my family. But and it was a lot of love. It was what I call soul crushing. Uh-huh. Funerals for empaths are different from a lot of people. So that's why a lot of us empaths, we it's hard for us. So we have to prepare ourselves and for funerals because because that's hard, because you're dealing with not only your own pain, but you can feel everybody else. And I couldn't breathe the day of my mother's funeral. I couldn't breathe. It was just like, it just was like I was shut down completely. So I was a complete wreck. Just many, many, many nights of just sitting here watching TV and just crying my eyes out. It was really hard. So, anyway, all right, y'all. I'll catch y'all later. I got to get It's 3:30. I got to go. Y'all have a happy Thursday. Okay. All right, y'all. Blessings. Thank you for coming. Blessings to all of you.